these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Hold on to your butts.
Sam, I was a drifter, I was a coaster, I was part of the gang.
If you like movies, chances are you like Samuel L. Jackson. The 72-year-old iconic actor has graced our screens for decades now. He's played everything from hitman to superheroes, and he shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. He's become a cultural phenomenon. That's why we're breaking down the top 10 facts you didn't know about Samuel L. Jackson. Number 10. Swearing helped Samuel L. Jackson manage his stutter. Samuel Leroy Jackson was born in Washington, D.C. on December 21, 1948, the only child of Elizabeth Harriet and Roy Henry Jackson. He grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. His father lived away from the family in Kansas City, Missouri, and later died of alcoholism. Jackson met him only twice during his life. He was raised by his mother, a factory worker and later a supplies buyer for a mental institution. He was also raised by his maternal grandparents, Edgar and Pearl Montgomery, as well as extended family. Jackson has become pretty synonymous with swearing. Many of his most famous lines are profanities. What you probably didn't know was the motivation behind all these foul-mouthed characters. Before he was one of Hollywood's most accomplished actors, Samuel L. Jackson had trouble speaking in front of others. He was bullied for his stutter as a child, and he avoided talking in school for nearly a year because of it. He eventually took the initiative to treat the issue on his own by researching breathing techniques at the library. He also came up with a unique anchor word, mother.
These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
The expletive that helped him manage his speech impediment would also become his professional calling card later in life. Next time you encounter some snakes on a plane, just remember that Jackson had to overcome a heck of a lot too. Number 9. Samuel L. Jackson was an usher at Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4, 1968, thrust a young Jackson into the civil rights movement. Jackson, who was a sophomore at Morehouse College at the time, flew from Atlanta to Memphis a few days later to march in support of a garbage worker strike. Back in Atlanta, he agreed to be an usher at MLK's funeral, when he heard they needed volunteers. In 2018, he wrote about the experience for The Hollywood Reporter, saying, "I remember seeing people like Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier. People that I thought I'd never see, let alone have a relationship with later in life. The funeral was pretty much a blur." He later staged a lock-in at his college that got him suspended. Number 8. Samuel L. Jackson almost became a marine biologist. Jackson attended college in the 1960s with the intention of becoming a marine biologist. After he held the lock-in at Morehouse, he saw a performance by the Negro Ensemble Company that inspired him to pursue acting. When his suspension ended, he switched his major to drama and joined the theater group that inspired him. He later settled on drama after taking a public speaking class and appearing in a version of the Threepenny Opera. Jackson began acting on the stage, including Home and A Soldier's Play. He appeared in several television films and made his feature film debut in the blaxploitation independent film Together for Days, 1972. After these initial roles, Jackson moved from Atlanta to New York City in 1976 and spent the next decade appearing in stage plays, including the premieres of The Piano Lesson and Two Trains Running at the Yale Repertory Theater. That being said, it seemed clear that whatever Jackson did, he was going to be successful at it. Number 7. Samuel L. Jackson was a stand-in on The Cosby Show. Before he made it big in Hollywood, Jackson worked as a stand-in for The Bill Cosby Show during tapings of the sitcom. "I was the right height and I was the right skin tone," Jackson told Vulture in 2012 about the gig. "We did the blocking while they did the camera choreography because it was a 3-camera show. For 2 to 3 years, they would put his big crazy sweaters on me." His stand-in time on The Cosby Show may have been brief. However, it was a launching point for the rest of his career. He'd continue to make numerous appearances in a number of hit films. While these roles may have been small, they were leading up to another massive breakthrough for the actor. Number 6. Samuel L. Jackson's famous Jurassic Park line was inspired by another film. Not long before he found a permanent place on Hollywood's A-list, Jackson played a small part in Jurassic Park, 1993. While he didn't have a leading role, he made every line count. In fact, many fans believe his lines are the most memorable of the entire film. John Ray Arnold wasn't the star of the film, but he did say one of its more memorable lines, "Hold on to your butts."
Hold on to your butts.
Jurassic Park screenwriter David Koepp recently revealed that he borrowed the line from director Robert Zemeckis, who uttered it before watching reshoots of his film Death Becomes Her, 1992. Jackson definitely knew to take this line and run with it. His character quickly became a calling card as he landed more and more roles. Number 5. Samuel L. Jackson asked for a purple lightsaber in the Star Wars prequels. Jackson is such a big Star Wars fan that he immediately accepted the role of Jedi Mace Windu when George Lucas offered it to him. Samuel L. Jackson is something of a geek in real life, and famously landed the role of Jedi Master Mace Windu in Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, by making a personal appeal to George Lucas whilst being interviewed on a British talk show. He did, however, make one request regarding the part. He wanted a purple lightsaber. Traditionally, lightsabers come in green for Jedi and red for Sith, but Lucas reluctantly agreed to make an exception for Mace Windu in Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones, 2002. Jackson recounted the origins of his unique weapon on the Graham Norton show. We had this big arena, this fight scene with all these Jedi, and they're fighting or whatever. And I was like, well, I want to be able to find myself in this big ol' scene. So I said to George, you think maybe I can get a purple lightsaber? George Lucas was able to whip up some backstory about the purple lightsaber. Many Star Wars fans agree that the purple lightsaber signifies enhanced fighting abilities. Number 4. Samuel L. Jackson is the highest grossing actor of all time. Samuel L. Jackson has appeared in more than 150 movies, including blockbuster franchises like Star Wars and several of the movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including the Avengers series. So it's not surprising that the actor has earned the distinction of being Hollywood's highest grossing actor. The combined box office earnings of all his films, which include Avengers Endgame, the biggest moneymaker of all time, add up to more than $13 billion worldwide. He averages 4 films a year. He made 6 in 2010, 4 in 2011, and had 3 in 2012. He's continued at that rate for some time. Many have wondered whether Jackson would shy away from action-adventure as he's gotten older. That hasn't been the case so far, and probably won't be for some time. Number 3. Samuel L. Jackson has his own wig consultant. Jackson is bald in real life, but he has sported many iconic hairstyles over the course of his movie career. His dues have become such a big part of his on-screen persona that he employs his own personal hairstylist and wig consultant. Robert L. Stevenson has used Jackson's head as a canvas on dozens of films. Who could ever forget his iconic Jerry curl in Pulp Fiction? Whatever his look, he's managed to bring an iconic presence to every character he plays. Number 2. Samuel L. Jackson appears in Kill Bill Volume 2. After first collaborating with director Quentin Tarantino on Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown, 1997, Jackson made a brief cameo in his Kill Bill series. The next time you watch Kill Bill Volume 2, 2004, pay close attention to Rufus the wedding piano player. He's played by a familiar face. It may already be obvious, but Jackson and Tarantino have had a long relationship of working together. He would also play major roles in Tarantino's films Hateful Eight and Django Unchained. There's no doubt that they would continue to work together in the future as well. Number 1. You can hear Samuel L. Jackson on Amazon's Alexa. Jackson is known for his distinctive voice and colorful vocabulary.
Allow me to welcome actor Samuel L. Jackson.
In 2019, the actor lent his vocal talents to Amazon's Alexa.
No, I won't get you the motherfucking weather. I'm just kidding. Let me see.
The Samuel L. Jackson Alexa option has many of the same capabilities as regular Alexa, including playing music, setting your alarm clock, and singing Happy Birthday. You can even let the feature use swear words for a more authentic experience. There's no doubt that his unforgettable voice has a big presence in the homes of many. Just make sure you don't play a Jackson movie with the Alexa turned on, or they may start communicating. Which Samuel Jackson movie is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new updates. This has been our breakdown of the top 10 facts you didn't know about Samuel L. Jackson.